Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining. So let's start with the today's topic. Okay. So the agenda of this training is okay. Before I go to the next level, can anyone please confirm me whether my voice is audible and there are no troubles?
Yes, Ankush.
Yeah. Thank you so much for confirming. Okay. So let me mute everyone that others will not get disturbed. Okay, so basically, we are going to learn about the technology. We called it as a SQL. Okay, let me give some heads up about SQL, why it is important to learn this technology, and what are the different technologies you can go ahead if you have the knowledge about the SQL. Some people are also calling it as a SQL. Some people are calling it as a SQL. Some people are calling it as a structured query language. So agenda of this training is to learn the SQL. Yes, that is there. If you are coming from the background, like if you are already working as a Oracle DB, or you have some expertise with the SQL and you know everything about SQL, this is not the platform where we are going to learn each and everything about the SQL and advanced level part. So what my focus is about this webinar is like those people who want to start their career in the IT industry, and they want some platform where they can start, and what are all technologies they need to learn. So I'm going to start with the very basic of the SQL, and then we are going uh, to the next level, which is your advanced part. But yes, if you are already having experience with the SQL, then if you still want to stay here, that's okay. Because my agenda to target to the mostly on fresher level of things. Okay. So when you work as a when you when you're looking for the job, definitely there will be a lot of options which will come in your mind, like okay, which technology I should go for. And I'll tell you from my experience, like there are two technologies. Okay, there are certain technologies, not two or three. I can say that whenever you want to switch to the any technology, you consider to the big data system, which is your Hadoop. You talk about the cloud system. You talk about any database, not specific to the Oracle or anything. You talk about any database. There are two technologies or three technologies you should have understanding. The one which I want to tell you, the among the one which I want to consider, that is your SQL. SQL is the one which is very generic technology. So it is always good to have a knowledge about the technology called SQL. SQL, that is called structured query language. Another technology which is very demanding, and if you have the knowledge in that technology, that a second technology which I want to refer, we called it as a Linux. Let me share my screen so that it will be easy to remember the things. All right. Okay. So whenever you want to start your career with any technology, there are two technologies which I want to tell you. The one is your SQL, which is very generic. And second technology you should always understand, that is your Linux technology. So if you have the knowledge about these two technology, then definitely you can go to the any stream of your technology, any stream. Okay, like let's say you want to start your career as a Oracle DBA, then you should have the knowledge about the SQL and Linux. One more thing which I want to add here, which is not compulsory, but if you have the knowledge about this technology, which is your programming, any programming knowledge, any. So I'm not specifying any Java or Python or anything. Any one technology, if you have the knowledge about programming, it will be easy your life with the career related to the Oracle DBA, or let's say your Hadoop, or let's say it is your cloud, or let's say anything related to the DevOps, whatever comes. These three are the very generic technology for which you should have a knowledge about that. So this webinar, which I'm going to target to this SQL, and later on we will target to the next level of things. So what is SQL? Okay, let's try to understand what is SQL. Now, let me talk about the SQL. So the long form of the SQL is structure query language. Structure query language. Now, many times, people are thinking that SQL is a database. Many people, I have observed, many people thinking that SQL is a certain different technology. No, this is not a database. Okay. In the market, we have a different RDBMS databases are there. Different databases. Like you may have heard about the Oracle. You may have heard about the MySQL. You may have heard about the SQL Server. There are multiple different databases are there. And in order to talk to this database, we need one language. We called it as a SQL. Now, let's say I'm a human being. I want to get a data from the Oracle. So Oracle will not understand my language. Whatever your first language, that will not be understood by the Oracle, right? So there should be some mediator which will understand your language, and that language will pass to the RDBMS database. So we called it as a structure query language. So the structure query language to the Oracle, structure query language related to the MySQL, structure query language related to the SQL Server, it is not 100% same. It is almost same, but not 100%. Like we can have a different data types here. We can have a different data types over here. What is data types and everything we are going to learn with this webinar. Okay. So what is structure query language? Structure query language is a medium. It's a medium to talk to the any RDBMS database. That is why whenever you're working with any technology, let's say you'll be working with Oracle or MySQL or SQL Server, you should always have an understanding about structure query language. That is why whenever I'm discussing about the generic technology, which you should know always, the first technology is coming, we call it as a SQL. I'm an Oracle DB trainer. And I also train to the people to the Hadoop development. So my first question is always to the student, like, do you have some basic knowledge of SQL? Do you have some basic knowledge of Linux? If yes, then and only then you can join to the Oracle DB. Or first of all, you need to get some little bit knowledge about the SQL and Linux. Then your life will be more and more easy. So this is the importance of your SQL. Let's say you want to become your SQL developer also. Okay. Many people I saw like they are getting confused with the SQL developer and Oracle DBA. Oracle DBA. See, SQL developer are the people, those who are, writing down the SQL queries. Okay. SQL queries they are writing down. And Oracle DBA are the people who are using these SQL queries, but they are not writing it. They are not writing it. We never write down our SQL queries. Whatever queries we are returning, that will be written by already the person called SQL developer. So SQL developer will go into the depth of trigger, procedure, functions, SQL and PL SQL. But Oracle DBA responsibilities are little different. I'm not saying that Oracle DBA should not have the knowledge about SQL and PL SQL. Yes, but we are not the one who are much contributing to writing down the SQL queries. Okay, so let's say you want to start your career as a SQL developer, then you should have in-depth knowledge about the SQL. You should have it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, there are two options are there with us. Like, let's say I want to learn SQL. So what we can do, like we can either use Oracle, where you can do the practice, because SQL does not have its own software. It's just the platform. Or second database we can use is our MySQL. First database, we have a first option called Oracle, or second database we can use MySQL to run our SQL queries, to understand the concept of SQL. Now what I will do, in my system I have already installed Oracle database. If you don't know how to install the Oracle database, I will take a separate lecture and I will share the details in our WhatsApp, in our Telegram group. We have recently created our Telegram group, and that Telegram group, I will share all these details. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start my server. I already have a server installed in my Windows 10 machine. Let me start it. So I'm using a software called VMware Workstation. Let me open it. And for my Oracle DBA training, I have already installed this software, which is my Oracle 19C. Let me run this software. Okay. Now, let's talk about the RDBMS databases. In the market, there are multiple databases are there. Okay. In the market, like if you talk about the IT industry, every application will have a database to be installed. So what is database? What is database? Before we go to the RDBMS level, let's try to understand what is database. Okay. So if I want to tell you what is database, the database structure will looks like this. There will be one server. Okay. Let's consider that this is my server. Okay. Now what is this server? This can be your Windows server. Okay. Or it can be your Linux server. It can be your Windows server, or it can be your Linux server. On the top of this server, I'm going to install a database. Now this is my, let's assume that 19C database. This is my 19C database. Now what this database will store? What this database will store? What this database will store? This database will store a different table, like T1 table, T2 table, T3 tables. There are different tables will get installed into this 19C database. We are going to create a different table. Okay. Now we understood about the database, we understood about the table, but what actually it gets stored into the database? I'll tell you one example, very simple example. You know, we are using a net banking, right? What, let's say you are working with one of the net banking called SBI, State Bank of India. So what you will do, let's say this is a SBI application. Okay, you want to create your account. So what you will do, you'll, as a person, you'll go to the bank. Okay, let's say you are going to the bank, you'll fill up the form. Okay, you'll fill up the form and you'll say that hello sir, I want to create my account. So what he will do, he will open his system. Okay, his system, he will fill up your all the details, like your first name, last name, all these details. He'll fill up it, and finally once he click on the submit button, your data is going to be stored into one table, and that table is your SBI table. You know how your data gets stored into your SBI table? It will be in the form of rows and column. So how it is? What is rows and what is column? So your data is going to be stored in the table like rows and column. Like if I want to tell you, it will be like your Excel sheet. Let me open one Excel for you. If I open the Excel sheet, EXC, okay. So what is meant by rows and column? It will be looks like this. So there will be ID, name, okay. Then let's say date of birth, okay. Let's assume that salary, whatever comes. So it will be looks like this. What is your ID? This is my and account number. Let's say it is with account number. Okay. Now this is my table actually. This is my table. So what is this? This is my account number. What will be your account number? Let's say I'm just giving one account number, random number. Okay. This is my account number. This is my name. What is my salary? This is my date of birth. Let's say 2013. And this is my salary. Let's say 1000. Okay. So your table will looks like this. Your table will looks like this. What is the name of this table? What is the name of this table? It can be your account table. It can be your account table. So your table will looks like this. So what is rows? And so whatever you can see on the top, we called it as a column. Column name. And whatever you can see below, that is your row. So when I say that table is the combination of rows and columns, so the table will looks like this. So what is your second record? Your second record will be, let's say there is one more person, his name is XYZ, and he also want to open the account. He also want to open the account. So his details will be looks like this. And this is the salary. Let's say 15. This is the date of birth. So in the Oracle table or MySQL table or any table, your details will looks like this. It will be looks like this. So what is this? This is your column. And these two are your rows. And completely we are calling it as a table. Every table will have some name. Let's say this is my account table. So overall structure, if I want to tell you in the database, okay. So let's say this is my database, one big database. In that database, we can have one account table. So this is my account table. We can have salary table. We can have tax table. So what is this? This is my database. So database is the collection of different table. Why we are creating different table? Because my account related information, let's say I have created an account of 10,000 people. So my account related information will be stored into this table. Salary related information will be stored into this table. Tax related information will be stored into this table. There will be a question in your mind that why we are not creating a single table and why we are creating multiple different table. This is called normalization. What Oracle is saying that Oracle or any RDBMS database, don't store your all the information into one table. Always normalize the table. Create a separate. So what you understood from here today, what is database? The database will looks like this. It can be your any database. You talk about Oracle database, you talk about MySQL database, or you talk about any database. Your database will looks like this. How to create a database, how to access a database, that we will see later on. And what is table? These are the different tables are there in your database. This is how it looks. Okay. I just want to take some of the feedback from the people who are new to this technology. And if you are listening me, are you able to understand if you are new?
Yes, Ankush.
Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Is this really helpful for you guys? Just wanted to understand.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. So likewise, we are going to take different lectures, okay, which will make you understand. Your life will be easy. Okay. All right. So
Yes, sir.
we have understood. Okay, we have tried to understood about the database and table. The next thing is how to create a table. Okay, next thing that we need to understand is how to create a table. Now, if I want to show you this thing practically, first of all, I should have one database. I'm already having one database. Today, I cannot show you how to install a database. Maybe in next lecture, I will discuss about that. And this is my server actually, which I already installed, I have already installed. Now, I'm connecting to my Oracle database, SQL plus /as/sysdb. This is my Oracle database. At this point, if you are not able to understand, that's okay, because we are just learning SQL. Okay. So no need to worry about this. What is this? Why it is a black screen and everything? That's okay. Okay. I will show you this practically in the next lectures. Okay. So this is my one database. What is this database I'm right now using? This is my Oracle 19C database. Okay. So this SQL I'm going to show you with the Oracle. Okay. If you have a knowledge about SQL, the syntax will be almost same for Oracle or MySQL. You take any example, it will be same. Okay. I'm already having a setup of my Oracle database, so I'm taking it on my SQL. Okay. Okay. Now, this is my Oracle 19C database. And on this Oracle 19C database, I'm going to tell you how to create a table. How to create a table. Let's say you are going for an interview. You are going for some fresher interview. Okay. And someone is asking you, can you show me how to create a table? Tell me the syntax. Okay. How to create a table. So I'm going to tell you how to create a table. Let's say I want to create one student table. So create table name. Create table name. And in that table, I want to create two columns. So the structure will be looks like this. What I want to create student table. In that student table, I want to create one is my ID, name. Okay. What details we can write down? One is ID, name, and then let's say salary will not be there to the student.
Hall ticket number.
Marks.
Marks, yeah, that is also why. Marks. Okay, let's take a 3 column only at this point. ID, name, and marks. So this table will be looks like this. Okay, like this. And there are 3. Now, what is this? These are my column. These are my columns. So I want to create my table like this. I want to create my table like this. So there are 3 things are there: ID, name, and marks. I want to store my 3 details. So let me do that. Create table name, ID. ID will be of type number 10. Now, what is this number? Don't worry about that. I'll show you. Then what is the second information? Name. It will be of type varchar 2, 20. And marks of type number 10. Okay. And let me save this. Let me give a semicolon and press enter. There is some char. Let me copy it one more time. VAR and then CHAR. Let me type it. Okay, I can see the table has been created. So try to understand this thing. What I'm doing, create table name. Whatever table you want to give, whatever table. Let's say you want to create salary table, student table, employee table. So whatever the table name you want to specify, you can specify here. ID. Now what is this? I want to create 3 columns: ID, name, marks. So I have given 3 columns here. First column, second column, third column. But what is this? Number, varchar2, number. Okay. This is called a data type. This is called data type. So what I have created a student table with 3 columns, ID, name, and salary. Let's say I want to know what are all columns are available in that table. So you can do one command called desc student. Whenever you fire a desc command or describe command and table name, that command will give you the information about their column. There are 3 columns are available along with their data types. The data type is number, varchar2, and number. Now, what is this data type? Data type means what type of data it is going to store. Okay. When I say that I have a 3 column ID, name, and marks, obviously ID will be your a kind of number, right? ID will never start with ABC. It will be always a number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because whenever you get your account number, it will be 1 digit. It's a digit, right? Whenever you join any company, you'll get employee name, employee number. It will be also digit. So it cannot be ABC. That is why what type of data is going to be stored, we need to specify for the Oracle database. So what I'm saying that ID is going to store my number type of data. Number. If you try to insert something called ABC into the ID, let's say you are storing like ABC here, it will not allow. ABC will not be allowed because I'm saying that it will store only number type of data. So it can store ID as 1, 2, 3, whatever you are mentioning. Name will store of the data called varchar2. Varchar. Now what is that and 2? Varchar means it will be your combination of your ABC and 1, 2, 3 also. It can be anything. So name can store, like obviously name cannot be 1, 2, 3. I completely understand that. But let's say you are in a situation where you need to store your character plus number. That time you can use varchar2. And what is marks? Marks is also your number. Marks is also your number, because marks cannot be your XYZ. It cannot be. So if I want to store my first record, or I want to store means insert. Let's say I want to insert my first record. My first record should looks like this. 1, the name is Ankush, and the marks is 50. Can we insert the data into this table like this? I want to insert my data. When we are creating a table for the first time, the table will be empty. Table does not have any data. Table does not have any data. It is completely empty. And later on, you can insert your data into this table like 1, like this. Let's say my second record will be 2. Then the name will be XYZ. Marks will be 60. Let's say I want to insert my third record. So it will be like 3, then LMN, the name, and it will be 70. And this complete your table. This is your one table. You can insert as much as data you want to insert into this table. Let me try to insert my first record. So 1, Ankush, and 50. I want to insert. How to insert? Insert into table name. Insert into table name. Then values. What is my first? It should be in sequence. When you are inserting it, it should be inserted in sequence. What is the first thing it is asking? ID. ID is 1. What is the next thing? It is asking name. Name is Ankush. What is the marks? It is asking. The marks will be 50. So give a semicolon, and I can see 1 row inserted. This is how we can insert a data into a table. Let me do one thing. Let me insert my second record also. So I'm giving a same thing, 2, comma, what is my second thing? XYZ, this is the name, and the mass is 60. Let me insert that. Let's say I want to insert my third record. Let me take that, 3, comma, let's say the name is LMN, anything you can mention, comma, let me put it in small letter, 70. So I'm just inserting that. Oh, I saw there is a double quote mistake. This is called syntax error. This is called syntax error. Okay. Let me put 70. Whenever you're writing down the SQL queries, syntax play a really important role. So how many records I have inserted? First record, second record, and third record. 3 record I have inserted. There is one more concept is there. Whenever you are inserting anything, you need to do also commit. Okay, what is commit and rollback? I'll discuss it later, not today, because I don't want to start everything today only. We'll go one by one. I have done the commit. Commit means we have made changes into the table permanently. Okay, we have made the changes into the table permanently. Now what I want to do, okay, I have inserted my 3 record, 1, 2, and 3. I want to see those records. Let's say your manager is saying that once you join any IT company, or maybe you are already working, saying like, okay, can you show me the record of that student table? So how to do? Select star from student. If you fire this command, you can see that there are 3 columns along with their details. If I fire the command initially, before insert happened, on that time I would have seen that the message called no rows selected because there were no records. Now I can see there are 3 records are available. So what you understood from here? You understood what is table, how to create a table, and how to insert a data into that table. Second thing, how to select a data from the table also. This is how you can select a data from the table. Till now, are you able to understand, guys? Just wanted to understand. Is it going good?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now I'll tell you one more interesting thing. Like whenever now I'm using this create statement, insert statement, then select statement. I'm using it on daily basis in my projects as well as in my training. So I remember this syntax. Let's say you are new to this industry and you don't remember how to create a table. The way to do that is just do one thing. You know, you don't need to worry about that. You can just simply do one thing. Let me just close it. Let me go there. Let me open the Chrome. Okay. So what you can do, let's always find out the create table in SQL. Whenever you fire like this, there is a website called W3 School. This is a very good website. Actually, I'm using it from so many years. On the top of it, you can see there is a syntax. What you can do, you can just take it and use this syntax. Syntax means you just need to replace the name. See, what is this saying? Create table name. So how I created a table? Create, same thing I repeated, table. Instead of table, I have mentioned student. Then it is asking the data type. So I created a data like ID. What is the column 1? The column 1 is ID and the data type is number, NUMBR. This is my first. Column 2 I said name varchar 2 20. Okay. What is my column 3? If you want to give a column 3, you can specify. Otherwise, just close it and remove this. So what is this? This is basically your syntax. This is basically your syntax. Okay. So whenever you are not sure about like how to write down the query, always go through the syntax first. Always go through the syntax, follow the syntax, and just replace the table name with your whatever table you want to. The same thing is going to be happen for your insert query or select query, whatever comes. Syntax play an important role. No one remember each and every syntax. Okay, no one remember. Even I don't remember many things. But if I don't remember anything, usually I go there, okay, and I do the things. All right. Now let me do one thing. So you got to know about the how to create a table, okay, and how to insert a data. Now let's do one thing. I'm going to take one more example. Let's say you want to update the data. You want to update, okay, you want to update. What is mean by update? Anyone know what is update?
Making changes to the existing data.
Making changes to the existing data, right? Why we do the update?
To add something new.
To add something new. Okay, yes. All right. So let's do one thing. Okay. So what I want to do, there are 3 records are there, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. What I want to do, I want to update the mark of this person from 50 to 80. I'm just telling you one example. Like, let's say this person saying that, okay, I should not get the 50 marks, I should get 80 marks. So when we cross check his paper, then we realize like, okay, his marks should be 80. So obviously this record needs to be updated with the marks 80. I want to update it. Okay. So how to do that? So now another thing which is coming in my mind, like I need the update. I want to update, but I don't know the syntax of update. Let's assume that I don't know the syntax of update. So what I will do, I will open my browser and I'll simply say that update. In this blog only, the update statement, let's say update table in SQL. I'm just firing it, SQL update. I'm going here, I'm getting the syntax, and let me read the syntax first. What is this syntax saying? Update table name. Okay, so I'm updating update table name. What is my table name? Student. Then set. What I want to update table name set column 1 equals to value. Column 1 equals to value. Okay, what I want to update? I want to update my marks. Update table name set marks equals to, let's say I want to give marks 80. Update table name set marks equals to 80. Where? But are you going to update for all the student? No. See here, there are 3 people are there. I want to update only for the student whose ID is 1. Whose ID is 1. What I want to do, I want to update the marks from 50 to 80 for the person whose ID is 1. So I'm going to write down the condition. This is called condition. Update student set marks equals to 80 where ID equals to 1. So what will happen? This query will update the marks 80 only for the record whose ID is 1. Whose ID is 1? Only first record. So let me repeat it. Let me type it. Done. I see that one row updated. After that, again, I need to fire commit statement, because whenever you are going to insert, update, or delete, whenever you are going to insert, update or delete, you need to commit it. I have committed that. Now if I try to see select star from student, I can see that there earlier one Ankush was 50, now it is coming it as 80. So student marks of ID1 has been changed from 50 to 80. This is called updating student. This is called updating. Okay. So whenever you want to update, you can use the update query like this. There are multiple queries, like there are multiple other ways are also there are multiple conditions to update the things that I will take it in the next lecture, but not today. Meantime, what you can do, you can join my Telegram group. Okay. So whenever I'm getting a free time, I'll be taking a webinar like this and I will continue the next part of it. Okay. So next update, you will get it very soon. In the time, if you are interested, you can join my Telegram group. I'm going to give my Telegram group link over here. Just give me a minute, guys. I'll just paste it here. You can join from here. Let me Telegram group. Let me open my Telegram group. So all right, I'll just open that. Let me paste it over here. So in the chat options, you can see this. Click on here and join the Telegram group. So next session will be happening very soon, and I'll continue the same part of it. Okay. I hope you have enjoyed the sessions. Thank you so much for joining. And if you have any queries, you can ask me questions if you have anything. So like we can discuss on it now.
Thank you.
I think so. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. If you don't have any question, we'll stop here and we will continue the sessions. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Bye-bye.